Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Pokémon Sleep. I hope you all slept well. I certainly feel pretty well rested, but there might have been a little bit of tossing and turning because it's a fun and exciting day for me here on Cyan Beach. And once again, get to test a fun little theory. I don't know if I mentioned this at this time last year, but it's my birthday. So, I'm going to see if we get any birthday surprises today. Wonderful. Full 100 sleep score, perfectly the same amount of time as the night prior. And very cyclical sleep. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Almost no dozing as well. And it's right at 6 o'clock when my hand hit the nightstand as I was checking the time. So slumbering wins out today, but we do have event balanced sleep, so thankfully that will not have as big of an impact. So maybe Happiny though. Could heavy hand some Happiny in there, which would be nice. 47 million drowsy power that the full 8 spawns now, as well as our incense spawn and good camp ticket help. So let's see what's at camp today. Alright, Chikorita atop belly, that was the incense that I used. And we got a Parasphere hanging out there on the bottom. We got Sudowoodo, some driftwood on the beach. Happiny, thank you. That's what I needed to see. We got Crogunks, a pair of them, loafing and looking like driftwood. Mime Jr., Rattata, and big old Blissey. Whew. Anybody else? Alright. No birthday shinies, but I will take a new sleep style as a gift. Thank you, Pokémon Sleep. Not bad. Alright. That is the 1-star seated sleep. I'm not, still early on in the week, I'm not expecting any more than 1 star. Whenever a Blissey finds a weakened Pokemon, it will share a lucky egg and offer its care until the Pokemon is all better. If a Blissey is hugging its egg while asleep, it may be tending to it in its dreams. It's a very just pleasant, nice thought. Yeah, okay. Too greedy to ask for that. That is quite a lot of pips. So I will wait until that Blissey is hungry. So for today, it is absolutely going to be taken home to Happening. Try again. See if I can get egg. Maybe Happy she's trying to have eggs for breakfast to try to inspire some good luck. And our daily gift for today, 100 diamonds. Alright, 20 diamonds is good. I'll take those as well. Thank you. Oh, let's see. I do need to also get some more biscuit use for this week. So we can take home a Krogunk as well. I've already got the oil situated, but it seems like that's one that I always need to get more of. We'll get the extra check in there. And we'll leave that for today. Yeah, it still counts as Chansey Candy, so I'm gonna flex that a little bit. I'm happy that that was a spawn today. Much healthier chunk of research XP. And screen recording froze. Alright, give this a second for it to catch up, because usually by the time that I try to futz with it, it just wants to kick into alignment. No? Okay. Give me a moment. You can get this sorted out. Be right back. And there we are. Relaxed nature happening. I'm glad that it's hanging out and chill on the beach, but let's see what the rest of things look like. Thankfully, no berry finding, so that's good to see. Good stuff. Give me some birthday luck, please. No skill level up. Skill trigger M. Not terrible, but okay. Helping speed is good. Ingredient finder M. Inventory up M. And helping speed to round out. So I can still, when this gets to 75, can still sub-skill seed this to inventory up L, and it doesn't have a nature that totally tanks it. This is viable. Maybe not as good as Delibird, but let's take a look. Let's pull up our good friend calculator. And we are gonna go all the way to Blissey. Maybe I did actually get some birthday luck today. So skill trigger M, helping speed M, ingredient finder M, which is really good. Just being able to have access to that. Inventory up M, so again, that's sub-skill seedable and helping speed to round out with a relaxed nature, meaning that it's going to stay energized. It's going to take a little bit more of an investment to get it there, but that for me, that's always like, yeah, it's a pain in the butt to level it, but if that's the one downside in all of this, that's just commitment of time and resources. Eventually, it won't be a problem at all because it'll be max level and that won't be not a problem anymore. I want to see ingredient count A. I want to see it go all the way to the top. Yes. That feels good. That feels good to see. So yeah. I mean, gotta get it to 50 to get that to really kind of kick off that trough between 30 and 50. That is where that kind of like buildup is going to be, where it's continually getting better. But we can at least look to 60. Let's look at 60. Let's look at when it unlocks. So at its current, at that level, 102 eggs per day, which is pretty good. Not, I think it's like 120 for complete meal coverage of the biggest egg dishes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's 60 when it unlocks that. At 75, 112. And at the big old 100, 125. Now, obviously, like, things will happen in the future where, like, more dishes are going to be included that will potentially need more and more and more ingredients, right? But this is rounding out at 90%. And that's no investment that's not even including the good sleep ribbons. That is not including any additional subskill seed investment on my part. And for ha-has, let's take that inventory up to its max. I want to see how that has an impact on things. This is a lot of fun. It's fun when it's really good, because it just gets better when you do these things. Now, obviously, like, this is a subskill seed investment that's out of reach right now, simply for the fact that we've only got level 65 currently available. But if I saw no happening for the rest of this week, knock on wood that doesn't happen, if this was the one that, like, this is the last one that you're going to see, I'm pretty happy with where that is. It's got ingredient finding on it. It's got helping speed to get it quicker. It's got a little bit of skill trigger boost. That, I think, is the only one overall downside in this. Aside from, like, having that skill trigger be some more inventory space, or more ingredient finding, or an ingredient finding nature. So, there we go, and that's when that'll unlock. Maybe not having as big of an impact as the overall PR, because it's still gonna have a nice big chunk. Oh. No, okay. Don't. That would be funny. But it's not perfect. But it is pretty good. So, like, right now, projecting, it's still getting through the calculation, but, like, 117, even if that was it, like, that's within a stone's throw of the amount needed. And it's not like I ever go into a week where I don't have a small stash of some of those ingredients to make up for some of those shortcomings where, like, sometimes you don't get that full amount every day. And again, I don't know, is this probably in the paid version? Since I just have this is just guest visit on the account. I can probably do other stuff in advanced options. Probably if I had it in, like, the box and I was keeping an inventory to see what it looks like with a maxed out ribbon, because this is certainly one that I could get an easy 2,000 hours on anytime that I just want to make egg dishes. And I should run this against Delibird at some point just to see its overall output comparatively. Delibird was pretty good at pulling in eggs, so it's not a huge worry for me. Yep, and there at 100, it's still getting the calculation, but projecting 130. So right now, that would be adequate coverage, just on egg alone. Let's see. I just want to see skill count also. since it's an ingredient Pokemon, so I'm not expecting its skill trigger rate to be terribly high. I mean, it's really good for it, because it's got the highest skill trigger activation, and because I'm getting this at Happiny, I'm getting the full evolution for it to get those extra free main skill bumps. And thank you for allowing me to just kind of just relish in this good news. Been a minute since something has gone really my way. I think Cresselia was the last big one. So sometimes you get what you need. Let's see, at current skill cap, or at current level cap, right, yeah, 2.2 skill triggers a day. So, not a whole lot. In an ideal situation, it's getting getting 3 a day, which is usually mostly amount of the times that I'm getting checks in the game. But 2 isn't bad. 2's pretty good for a ingredient specialist. 2.4 at 75. So even if it sticks at that 2.7, which is like, maybe like on some days you'll get that third trigger, sometimes you won't. No, that's still good. Like, the idea is that this is an egg collector that occasionally re-energizes the team. And this has got energy recovery on itself, so it is going to stay in a pretty good energized space. Now, I know that it's not like getting better energy recovery from all sources, and it's really only from, certain sources, but it's doing a good job of making sure the team is additionally topped off. So if I had this, say for example, like making a very basic egg dish with a whole bunch of other berry collectors, this could also help to keep those pretty well topped off. Because this is certainly a Pokemon I would be happy to put main skill seeds in to be able to make sure that it is getting the most energy back every time that skill is triggering. But yeah, not bad. I just want to see before I move on. So we still got a Croagunk to check out. That it's going to stick around 2.7. Yeah. So even if like I was getting one geared towards skill activation, we're looking at only one more trigger per day. Just one. I mean, that can be a humongous difference and an impact on how the day goes. But since it's not potentially a double activation because it's not a skill specialist, this I think is boding pretty well. So let's head back over to the game. I'm gonna make sure to not have that accidentally get transferred. So, definitely a keeper. All right, let's move on. Thank you for indulging me. Bold-natured Croagunk. Alright, so that's easy right off the bat. We've got berry finding. We've got sausage in that middle slot. So we got helping speed, skill level up, skill trigger, and inventory up. So inventory up is the helpful bit, and then that bold nature. Alright, that one's nice and easy. No ingredient finding in there and not the ingredient spread with berry finding. So, yay. Did use a recovery incense, so did get some energy back for the rest of the team. Some sneaky snacking from last night. Complete out another rewards card with a dream shard cluster. And it looks like we have some news. Let's take a look. There is news. Growth Week Volume 5. All right. I saw that there was news last night. I just, I'm laughing a little bit at myself because you might recall from yesterday's video, I said, we'll probably get through most of this week. We won't really have any event announcements until like next week. Nah. We want to give you some more surprises. Now, granted, this was yesterday, but still. I'm happy to have some things to talk about today. So, looks like we've got Growth Week coming back. So this is a week-long event that is an opportunity to get additional Sleep XP and candies. So it's going to run from the 19th to the 26th. So coming up shortly, and it's available for all areas. So this is one of those nice softer style events where there isn't restrictions on where you're conducting your research. It's just, hey, this is a nice passive bonus. And it's going to grant you 1.5 times Sleep XP. So if you've been stocking up on any of the, growth incense, this is a good opportunity to use those if you really want to maximize the amount of XP you're gaining from that week. And the first sleep research of the day is going to also give you 1.5 times candy. So that's also important because that might gear where you want to go to conduct that research only for getting more candy. So like, if I was working on a Dragonite, which I am, I can head over to Lapis Lakeside and try to gather some more Dratini that way. That would be beneficial. But, I mean, it's 1.5 times, so like, no need to go overboard. Folks that are working on their newly caught happenings, maybe they want to go to Snowdrop or Cyan and get some of that. I think for me, that'll just be an opportunity to work on just my old gold power plant team, just to continue letting them just get as much XP as possible, since I definitely want to get Palmot leveled up, since that has been tremendously helpful in getting my experience in old gold power plant going smooth. No medals, no gifts. Well, I already got a really nice gift today. Wasn't a birthday shiny, but it's the next best thing. And 38 reports from the community. Thank you everyone for your continued sleep research. Really appreciate it. What's that? Yes, it was. That is definitely a shiny happening. So they are out there. Good job on that catch. I also didn't check through to see. I sometimes like to do these things. It looks like we are getting some good happening, blissy, chancy out there. Even Togepi. Togepi is also a little on brand for this week too. Alright. Let's gather some ingredients and make a birthday breakfast and call it a morning, because I have got to get on the road for this vacation trip for the remainder of this week. Team's been also doing a real good job of staying net positive on ingredients. I haven't capped out yet, Thank you, Sylvia. I'm gonna cap out here now for the first time this week. So it may be time. I might, you know what? I am gonna swap into Dene for the remainder of today and start gathering some extra tasty chants. Wonderful. But I did also get a level up for the 2 gifts today. Pokemon Sleep, you shouldn't have. You definitely should have, but I appreciate it nonetheless. That's a full odds extra tasty. So yeah, got to level 62 on the Combine Fruit Salad yesterday, so that's a nice 159,000 dish strength. It's gonna go a nice long way. We'll see what rubber banding goes on here, but Reading Master 10 from Master 7. That's what it says. Let's see where it actually settled out. Okay, actually Master 10. Wonderful. That's good. That feels great. It means that a lot of those spawns are on the table. Yes. I do need to use candies, and I am pretty happy with the happening that I've got. Ooh. But I might just save that for a little later on in the week, only for the fact that I just realized how long I've been going because I went so deep on investigating happening. For my birthday night research, I'm going to put Squirtle on. Just on the off chance that the birthday shiny doesn't show up until the day after, because it's when the sleep research starts. It's completely unbased and complete superstition, but I'm having a little fun with it, so I'm going to go with it. But that is what research I've got on today. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be on the road for the next remainder of this week, so I won't be back in the studio until next week as things start. So uploads should still remain consistent as far as timing is concerned, but format's going to be a little bit different. So thank you for your patience and understanding. I do hope that some more continued luck happens through this week, but today was already really special for me and exactly how I want to start a day like today. So thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know how your spring festival is going down in the comments below. Are you excited for Growth Week coming back again? I'm sure we'll have some bundles to talk about in the coming days as that gets closer to help facilitate getting some growth out of there. But also just, sharing some good vibes today. If you're enjoying the content, feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, buckle up, because we're in for a fun and exciting next couple of days, and getting subscribed helps let you know when new videos get posted every morning. But until tomorrow, sleep well.